You know what's so crazy? Like, after you have a kid, you really have to learn to get back to yourself. So after I had Isaiah, I kind of just feel like I really didn't have an interest or true interest in hobbies or really had much of my own really identity. And so I just focused on taking care of him and doing the best I could with whatever I had. Of course, I had support. I'm not going to say of course, but I had support and I have family and friends that helped me with Isaiah, like birthdays and all that stuff. Isaiah did not lack. But I feel like there's just a part of me that just doesn't really know who I am or doesn't really know how to really just enjoy or find new hobbies that I do enjoy. And so when a friend and I were catching up at our kids' robotics competition, she mentioned diamond painting, and I was just like, girl, what is that? Like, show me, because I have been looking for a cozy, non-tech, just chill, cozy habit. And so she sent me the link, and I already knew that I was going to try to give it a try. She also sent one to my house, and so I was like, okay, girl, like, let me give it a try, since you kind of just took the initiative to put me into this new hobby, and I'm so happy that she did. I started diamond painting by just first getting a YouTube video just so I can make sure that I'm doing it right. The concept is pretty simple. You kind of just take the little pin and you put wax on it so that it can grab the diamonds. The diamonds, of course, you are putting inside this little tray, and you basically just follow the pattern of putting the right diamond to the right code on the painting. And when I'm finished, it should be a more shiny, more bejeweled 3D kind of vibe to whatever's already printed on the paper. So relaxing, so chill. I don't need to charge it. I don't need to hook up my Wi-Fi with it. Like, I can kind of just sit and just take a break and just get it done. And I don't have a rush. I don't have a time frame. It's just whenever I find the time. And I think that that's one of the biggest things I love about it. After I started doing it, I've been doing it every single day, and it has just been so just relaxing. If I'm working on something and then I say, okay, I'm going to take me a break, I take a break, and I just get right back into it by doing something, just whenever I get the time, or I take a break and I come back to it. Or, it's just nice. It's just nice to have something to do that's just like Isaiah's not involved in it. I am just doing it. I'm not thinking too much about it. It's simple. Put the pins where they go and with the diamonds where they go and keep it going. And so I'm excited to start getting into more cozy habits. My sister just showed me cozy hobbies, I should say. My sister just showed me a different one that she's gotten into, because honestly, she is the biggest reason why I have been trying to take my idea of going back into cozy habits a little bit more seriously. I started trying to do knitting, and I knitted my dad a sweater not a sweater, but a blanket that we talk about every single birthday because it is just so jacked up, but it was made with love, and I tried my best. But I also realized that habit was not for me. My grandmother was oh my God, sewing, knitting, she could do it. You needed a pair of pants, I'm sure she could make it. Dresses, everything. And so, of course, I kind of just was like, well, let me just tap back into my roots. That is not for me. It's just too much. I feel like I'm already just still overwhelmed with the work that I do as a teacher, and then just raising Isaiah and trying to keep him up together and all that. I don't want to knit right now. I want to do something that's just very chill, not a lot of thinking, and I can just kind of just go in and out whenever I feel. I do feel like I may try it again in the future, but this diamond painting is just starting a little fire in me to find some kind of cool habits that I really enjoy. I'm kind of interested in trying how to make or how to bake, bake some sourdough bread. Sourdough is supposed to be really healthy for you, much better than just store-bought bread. And I'm interested in trying that. So I don't know, maybe we'll pick up that habit too. And that's kind of like a different ball game on its own, where I feel like I'll be able to think and kind of create with my hands and move, and maybe even share with friends and family a different type of bread to have, and different recipes I can engage in and see if I like and enjoy that. So I always like baking things and making food, but it's always, like I said, I'm not living in my own home right now. And so it's just one of those things where I don't always want to overstep and always just be in the kitchen doing something or taking up too much space. And so this right here, this diamond painting is just in my room. It's to me, it's fun. I think that I'm going to enjoy it. And so we will see. I always love just trying to find something new, but it's different than, finding something and then just keep putting it off. You never get into it, and I always do that. Where this right here, my friend Louie took it out of my hands, and she just is like, girl, I'm going to order you one. I'm going to send it to you. Which one do you want? And I'm like, oh, okay, this is the one I want. This is what I like, whatever. And so she sent it over. It comes with everything. It's like $7 to $8. That's another thing. I don't want to get into things that I have to spend a whole bunch of money on. That just adds more stress to me. It adds more stress to my mindset of like, what can I do? How can I make it happen? Oh, I need to buy this and that. Everything I needed, it came right with it. And from what I'm assuming or what I'm gathering from this hobby is that every time I order a new painting, they'll send all the supplies again with everything. And so eventually I'll probably have more than enough pins and little trays and probably some extra leftover jewels just in case I need them, I guess. So it's just nice. And then after I did this, y'all, I love to read. I've been an avid reader. My mother did not play about us reading, and we would go to the library on Saturdays. And then in the summertime, we would do all the reading challenges and just engage in reading. And so I have, I feel like I kind of just dropped that ball. Like I used to read all the time. And so I'm trying to get back into that. I downloaded this Fable app. And so it's supposed to be really like the new reading tracker app that you can kind of keep track of all your reading. I guess kind of like the Spotify or the Apple Music of reading, where you can kind of see your year in review. So I created a goal for myself, and I want to read at least 12 books. I want to push myself to read more. But I feel like if I could read a book a month, I will be super happy about that. And so I'm starting on that, and I'm getting in the habit of reading again. And so we'll see. I don't know. I think it's just getting a habit is just one of those things, or having a hobby is just one of those things that's just like, you have to create the habit of making it happen and just allowing your body just to do something that's not about money. It's not about taking care of someone else. It's not about climbing a ladder. It's not about getting to the next stage. It's just about being and just about just enjoying where you are. And that's just what I've been trying to do. And so I got this book, which I kind of feel like I've read it. This is probably like my third time reading it. The Four Agreements. I love this book. It just truly reminds me of like, you just got to just do what you can and stay in your lane. It's just like what I get from this book. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's just like, say what you say, do what you say you're going to do your best, don't make assumptions, don't take things personal. And I feel like that's just a lot of where my stress comes from. I take a lot of things personally. I always say I'm going to do something and I don't always do it. And so I'm just trying to push myself to be better. Even with this channel of creating a YouTube channel, I really want to create a community of women that just kind of just understand what I mean when I say like, I'm trying my best and I'm doing my best, but, I'm learning and I'm growing. I took a lot of time off to really be a mom. My 20s was not a selfish 20. It's more about me taking care of my son, which I don't regret that. I love Isaiah, and I choose him in any lifetime. So here we go.